I personally didn't know what happiness was like without um, other people being happy, because other people happiness was my happiness. But it comes a time where you have to figure out how to be happy for yourself, and that's where I'm at right now because
Robbie Rhythms.
okay. So I am your girl VCoop. You know I mean down piece in the VCoop to be exact. I do music in many different types of ways. I record. I do events. I also love different artists. Love supporting different artists. So I created a platform for artists to be able to perform their talent, no matter what it is, whether it's poetry, music, musicians, so any type of thing like that. And I'm also into radio. I have a degree in mass communications from University of West Georgia. So yeah, music has really been my entire life. Just listening to my grandmother play the old school, when it was Barry White or Jill Scott, or whatever it was that just had that old school vibe to it. My father, Tupac, Biggie. So those were the types of things that I kind of grew up on. So music was just my thing. I didn't really start writing music until I want to say it was like middle school to high school, but I started writing journals and stuff like that. And I had to be in fourth or fifth grade where I was writing poetry, and I got second place in a boys and girls club type thing. So music and poetry and lyrics has kind of always been my forte or whatever. And what drives me is just passion on any level of passion in other people. So I love watching different styles and different types of energies and stuff like that. So I've been doing music my entire life. I can't really remember a time where I didn't. I did basketball before, which was cool for the most part. But no matter how many times I've ever tried to leave music, it's always found itself back to me. So yeah, everything kind of connects, whether it's modeling, whether it's, like I said, events, no matter what it is, it all kind of connects and goes back into music because everything is sound. Everything we do is sound. Man, that's hard. So I didn't say where I'm from. I am from Atlanta, born and raised. Well, actually, born in Columbus, raised in Atlanta. So I'm from Georgia, period. And my biggest what drives me the most, that's kind of hard because I found out how to like every artist. Because everybody has their artist they hate, but even if I don't like their music, I might like their personality. So everything about music drives me. It's nothing really that don't drive me about it. I can, if I had to give an inspiration artist that I'm most proud of right now to this day, it'd definitely be Young Thug. Just because I know where he come from. We both come from the same place, and just seeing where he came from to where he is now is just a great sense of levels to know how to continue to do what you're doing. So what drives me, since I'm giving you so many different answers, is probably consistency. It's definitely consistency. Yeah, definitely. Definitely the people who actually introduced me to it. Like I said in the beginning, my grandmother and my father. Those are the people who has seen me before I seen myself. So just knowing that they're the ones that introduced their love for music to me, and I actually decided to do music myself. That's where it stems from. Those are the two people who continue to pour it into me. As far as the people who helped me be consistent, growing up with music, I've always knew that if I wanted to do something, I could do it. So there was never nothing that I wanted to do that I didn't do. That's just the person that I was, and I've always given that speech to other people. But it was a time where I was really in a dark place, and I didn't know how to necessarily get out of it. So I thank God for social media, even though a lot of people feel like it's fucking up the world. I think it's actually a bittersweet thing. And I looked up and I looked at my phone, and literally everybody I poured in a message to, they were transforming, they were elevating, they were doing things that I wanted to see myself do, and I realized I was the one who had planted that seed into them. So that's what showed me the consistency, was that sometimes you could just give a message to somebody and you can go on about your life and you might get stuck in a level that you're trying to pull yourself out of. But once you give a message to somebody else and you see that it's stuck with them and they're continuing to be consistent in that lane, it can inspire you. So the message that I gave others and saw them being consistent in that inspired me to keep doing what I stopped doing. Passion. My passion for just wanting people to know that it's okay to be on another level. Like knowing that it's okay to get where you want to go and then, look back and pull them with you. So say that one more time, the question. So that's what defines me. My passion and wanting people to know that it's okay to be higher than they are. Because I always feel like we get to this place, like right now, there's so many events in Atlanta every night. But when I started doing events in 2012, it wasn't like that. Nobody really knew where an independent artist event was. You almost had to be known in order to do that. So I was one of the youngest people to do it for other artists that was like my age because we were all young. So now it's a place where we're in a place where everything is the same almost. So now it's like, all right, what is different? Like, how are we gonna level up from just so many events every night? What can be different about that event, or what can be different about your event? Like that's why I rock with 808 so heavy, because I feel like it's different. It's not the same as what everybody else has going on. I support everybody, but that support kind of get boring sometimes because it doesn't elevate. You kind of want to elevate with whatever you're doing in your life. So that's what I'm doing. My family. My family, and knowing that I'm one of few people in my family to actually know what I want to do and have that ability and drive and encouragement in myself. So I'm self encouraged to be able to do that. So the things that my family have ended up doing for themselves was because they saw what I was doing for myself. So that drives me, like just even having a daughter to love music probably more than I do. So if I don't be that example, then she'll probably run into the same mistakes I ran into. So right now I'm trying to eliminate mistakes for other people. Definitely a family that's together, which I feel like I'm in a happy space right now because everything I pray for, everything I ask for is coming into fruition. That's how I know God is real. So I personally didn't know what happiness was like without um, other people being happy, because other people' happiness was my happiness. But it comes a time where you have to figure out how to be happy for yourself. And that's where I'm at right now, because I'm seeing that a family that prays together stays together type thing, and knowing that it's possible for a family to be together, because I grew up in an urban type of family. We all were just doing our own thing. Not that we didn't love each other, but I always wanted to know what it was like to stick together and just know what everybody was doing and supporting each other and what everybody was doing or whatever. So that's kind of what happiness looks like to me, is family that do things together. So that's what I'm seeing more and more every day. So where I'm at right now is kind of a greater place, like that I never really thought I would see. And this is like not even necessarily including music. It's just literally I'm just happy with my life. You feel me? So it's never every day is a good day. Some days are bad, but it's like when I look at where I was and then where I am now, like that's my happiness, growth. I'm glad you asked it like that, like my success, because everybody have different definitions of success. Um, my overall goal is to be a motivational speaker. So that's my overall goal, and I figured out probably about a year ago that I could start now. So I've kind of been practicing at different schools and stuff like that. So definitely success to me is what your purpose is for yourself, and then also what God purpose is for you, because sometimes it's two totally different things, or sometimes they can collide together and be even greater than you expect it to be. Because right now, the message that I'm giving out, which is keep going, which is another word for consistent, or another phrase for consistency, is um, kind of like what my life is about right now, and where my 5 to 10 years or the rest of my life consists of. Keep going and motivational speaking, they are the same thing in my book right now. Oh man, I definitely think it's the future. I think it's the future, and just seeing what y'all are doing for other people, and the fact that y'all actually able to do it in a genuine manner. I don't think none of y'all are like egotistic or nothing like that. I think y'all definitely for the people and for the music and for the culture, which is dope. Not that y'all the only ones are, but y'all the unique ones, and y'all have creating a platform online, which I think is phenomenal. Because what people are going to find out is that shortly social media is gonna die. So the fact that y'all creating what y'all creating is gonna be crazy. So the only thing I hope that y'all keep going. I hope that y'all keep going past where y'all are now, because like we all know, it's gonna be jumps and hurdles and obstacles. But I hope that y'all see what I see for y'all. That's what I really hope. I hope y'all see more than what I see. So that it come to pass. I love it.
If you know your shit, pop your shit. Tell them niggas don't pass it up, pick it up if you drop your shit. Jay grabbed beat before he became a billionaire. It's a matter of time before I become a trillionaire. It's almost easy if you see it, speak it, believe it. Don't change up on God or yourself. It's cool to have a job, just don't die as the help. It's cool to have cash, just get knowledge on wealth. Steps, it's almost like they disappeared and came